Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and we are back with a review reaction.
W-
Uh,
We're going to be
we're
talking about
gonna
Run
be talking.
BTS Picnic, which is
Yes,
episodes, 53 through 56?
that's it. That's right.
So
53 to
we're
56.
we're not sure how long we're going to ramble and if this is going to be like a one and done or if we're going to have to divide it into two parts. So we're keeping an eye on the time and we're going to do our best to stay concise. But,
Yes.
we are yappers about these yappers. So
Yes.
pray for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And hang in there with us.
And so this was a 4-part series
Yeah.
of which is so funny because I looked when we were rewatching it and I was like, this really all happened in one day.
Right.
Like
Yes. I
everything that
realized
they
that
did was
everything
just
that they
one
did
day.
happened just one day. Right.
But
Exactly.
basically they went away. They did a little kind of mini retreat. We're not
Yeah.
exactly sure how long they stayed. It looked like they planned to be overnight, but
Yeah.
we didn't get to see beyond that first day.
That
So,
first day. Yeah.
whatever. At least they had their time. That's good.
And they I don't know what the travel time was, but they drove.
They were on they were on a bus
Yeah, they were
for a
on a
pretty
bus.
long time.
Yeah, it could have been a couple of hours.
Could have been.
Yeah.
So we don't know where they were,
We
but
don't know.
they had a good time.
Yes, they did.
So
Yes,
we're
they
gonna
did.
start off with 53 and 54,
Right.
and that was the traveling to the destination.
Mhm.
They played games on the bus for snacks.
Yes, they did.
That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yes. And the snacks was a lot of fun. Interesting gummy bears and fried chicken. Well, that wasn't a snack.
No, that was a snack.
That was considered a
That
snack.
was considered a
Oh
snack.
gosh.
That was in fact a snack.
They had their beverage and boiled eggs and
Dried
dried
squid
squid, yeah, and chips.
and chips. Yes.
See, that checks off with me.
Yeah. So
'Cause
they
I'm a
had
chip person.
snacks. We wanted snacks. We did not get snacks.
We didn't get snacks. But
Oh,
you know
well.
what? Heck, doesn't matter.
No, it does. We should have had snacks. We should have had some fried chicken and gummy bears and beverages.
Yes. Yeah, we should have.
So
But
they had
anyway.
their snacks on the bus, and then they continued on. Oh, they had to do some grocery shopping.
Yes, I was gonna say they made their stop to the store to pick up the snacks, some of the snacks.
Oh, stuff for dinner.
And stuff for dinner too, but then they
They
pick
got
up
some more snacks for the
yeah.
plate for the house that they were
Right,
staying in.
right. So
And they had a challenge. They couldn't buy more than, what was it, 10 kilograms?
10 kilograms, right.
10 kilograms worth of groceries.
Yes.
And of course they went over. So
Of course they did.
the staff told them, they could play games for the additional items. And they did. And of course, JK, being the mischievous little maknae that he is, decided to bet Jin, not bet against Jin, to bet him as the item he's betting for ice cream. And so Jin, they lost, and Jin ended up having to walk the rest of the way to their destination.
Yeah, from the grocery store to.
Well, no, they drove a little bit of ways, and then they let him out.
And then they let him out.
They kicked
put him out.
They were like, I don't even think they stopped. Really,
they put him out.
They were just
but they said they didn't want him to go by himself.
So Jimin ended up
going with him. Yeah,
which was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of fun
together. They were taking pictures. They had photo shoots. Yeah,
playing with animals.
Yes, they were having a lot of fun. They were having a lot of fun.
They made the most of that. The rest of them got to the destination. They got to check out the house, and then they were told they had to go outside and play games for their dinner items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So again, back to playing games for food, and we know how they feel about food.
Yes.
So they gave it their all.
They did. They really did. Gave it their all. But the games they played, badminton.
But badminton with a twist.
Yes, it was with a twist. Very much with a twist. But we could start with the foundation of what type of game it was.
Okay, so badminton. They started off with badminton.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No. They started off with the badminton game. Of course, they had some restrictions within that game. They had to be hand tied together, wrists, and they had to play like that. And their rallies were 50?
Yeah, originally they were told they had to make 50 rallies
to do that. And they tried that several times. And they lowered it
significantly
because they could see there was some degree of difficulty
I think it was
in obtaining any number that they had chosen.
What did it go down to?
7.
So okay, so it went from 50 to 7.
Yeah.
Huge
yeah.
jump.
Huge jump.
And then even
So-
then, they lowered it again.
Yes, there was definitely some difficulty, but they did not give up.
No.
They did not give up. They kept
No.
going. That poor little badminton just all over
Was
the
it
place.
cock shuttle?
Yeah, is that what
Shuttlecock.
they
Shuttlecock.
Yeah.
Shuttlecock. It's called a shuttlecock.
Okay. See, I didn't know if that was going to come out right, so I renamed it.
What did you do?
Badminton. Little badminton.
Little badminton.
Yeah, right, exactly. But anyway, so they tried, and then they eventually tried it with not being connected, right? Didn't they try it not being connected? It didn't go over well.
Not much of it didn't go over well.
It didn't go over, but they did try it a couple of times.
Mhm.
So after they had concluded and gotten what they wanted, I believe they went on to play.
Well, no,
or was it continuation?
It was a continuation.
Oh,
Because
okay, my
badminton
bad.
just wasn't winning. Like,
right,
they just
right.
couldn't get it together with badminton, so they ended up doing foot volleyball.
Yes.
Football, which is a game you still want to try.
It was really fun. I mean, they had the lower net, not the volleyball net.
Well, they usually play it with the
right
the
with the
tennis
lower net.
net.
But I didn't want, when we said volleyball, I didn't want it to be assumed that we're using.
True.
the
Yeah. Okay. So
volleyball
for
net.
those of you who are not aware, volleyball is, they use a volleyball to rally back and forth. They can't use their hands.
Right.
So it's like soccer meets volleyball on a tennis court.
There you go. That's a good way of wrapping up 3 different styles of sports or sports styles.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they did that, and that went off a little bit better.
Although they do still need practice.
Yes, they did, but it was humorous. It was fun watching the game played that way, and they volleyed back and forth, or they rallied back and forth. What did they do?
I think at some point it came.
It was drinks, right? Was it drinks?
Drinks I think were the last thing that was on the line.
Right.
And I remember it going from 5 to 3 to 2, and then they were like, no, we can't go as low as 2, that'll hurt our pride. But they kept getting more and more chances to do it because they had to do it within a certain amount of attempts.
Yeah.
And they kept getting more attempts, and then clever Jen, coming in with we didn't say challenge.
Yes.
We didn't. I think he pulled that 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
He really was.
So that did give them more time.
Yeah, it did give them more time.
Or more chances to try. Yeah.
So, but at some point they just eventually gave up, and they said, we just can't do this. They're like, we're gonna just go. We're just gonna go inside.
And RM came to the conclusion that they need to work out more.
They do. Yeah. Which I don't think is accurate. It's not that they don't need. It's not that they need to work out more. I think they do enough physical, exercise.
Yeah.
I think it's just focusing on the hand and foot eye coordination activities.
Yeah.
Is what they really need to do. So I mean, as far as working out, they're fine. Just if RM ever hears this, you just need to play more sports.
Yeah, play more sports. Something that involves the eye and hand coordination thing. But those were his words, not mine. So I'm just going with that. So that ended that episode. Right.
I think we will be able to do this all in one.
Yeah.
So
that ended that episode. Yeah.
So wait, is that the first episode?
No.
That's the first two. That's the first two.
First two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through.
Yeah.
We got time on the clock, guys. We're doing okay. We're not yapping too much. I am.
No, you're not. You're fine. Anyway, episode 55 was their game to decide who was going to be cooking.
Oh yeah, so they had to play games inside.
Do you remember the name of that game? Because it looked familiar, but I could not think
the monkey. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's the opposite of Barrel of Monkeys. Instead of collecting as many monkeys as you can, it
was like monkeys and pickup sticks.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And so like you had all the monkeys. So there's like this cylinder thing, and all the monkeys are on top, and there's some sticks and stuff. And so you have to pull out the sticks and hope the monkeys don't fall. And however many monkeys fall, that's how many points against you basically.
Yeah.
So whoever had the most monkeys had to
end up cooking. Although it was, and if the sticks were colored, they were like orange, pink, and green.
Green, I think, were the
And
3 colors.
they had a little die to determine, what stick you are to draw from the cylinder with the monkeys in it. And once you were out of that color stick, orange or pink or green, if you no longer had those sticks because they had been pulled, you got the pass.
Which if I were playing it personally, I'd be like, you got to roll again. Like there's no skipping.
There's no passing.
You have to roll.
There's no
again.
passing in the monkey game.
What do I know? I don't even know the name of the game.
Right.
So they got to pass. So there were a lot of passing.
Yeah, there was a lot of passing towards the end of the game, but the end result was that JK and J-Hope had.
Well, no, JK lost the first one.
Oh, there was 2. Oh, they played 2 games. Oh, that's right.
So JK lost the first one.
Yes, and then the ice.
Yeah, so then they moved on to the second game, which was the ice. Don't break the ice.
Don't break the ice, right?
I know that one.
Yeah,
with the penguin in the middle.
Yes.
So they had that, and then J-Hope did lose that one.
J-Hope did lose.
Although I will say, the first couple times V was like, "It's not gonna fall. Like the penguin's not gonna fall. Trust me." He was right. It was just that last one that he was like, "Penguin's not gonna fall," and it fell. Poor J-Hope. He trusted. he trusted the wrong person. I don't know. I probably would have trusted V too.
Yeah. So that gave those two the
task of cooking dinner.
Yes.
But if we're being honest, once we got to the part where they were cooking, more people were actually cooking.
Yes.
Like Jimin was helping J-Hope on the grill.
Right.
V and Jin were helping with vegetables. And Suga came in and did something. I don't know. It was so quickly. He was just in. He grabbed something and he took it out.
Yeah.
RM was floating around helping out wherever he could. So
they were. Yeah.
What was the point?
They all ended up cooking together anyway. That's because that's who they are.
That's because they're family.
Yes. But they grilled some meat. So they was grilling that meat, and it did look good.
I swear, it always looks so good.
And
we should go out for Korean barbecue again.
and that's the indication. Yes. Mm-hmm. JK he did ramen.
Yes.
And I think it was V who did the vegetables, or
V and Jin did the vegetables. Jin was telling V what to do.
Yes. So so that's what they had for their meal. Mm-hmm. And then who brought in was it the crew that brought in the extra meat? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The crew brought in the extra meat. I don't remember seeing exactly what it was, but they mixed it all together. It was a pretty good meal. They did well. They did well. So after that they did karaoke.
Oh wait, hold on. We're skipping something. So after the games, to determine who's cooking, they had some free time.
Yes, they did.
So they had some free time.
Right. Yeah.
And we had Jin or Suga, RM, and Jin all went and took a nap. Mm-hmm. And J-Hope immediately grabbed some snacks. V was trying to finish his assignment, his letter writing.
Yeah.
And JK and Jimin were playing video games.
Yeah.
And then so J-Hope was watching them play, and then when V was done, he came over and played with them. And then they played the butt slapping game.
That was a game?
Yeah, apparently that is a game that boys play in Korea.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was like punishment for losing or something. That was a game?
It was punishment, but it became a game because it was one, it would have been one and done if he just, slapped JK's butt, or I feel like whose butt got slapped first? I thought J-Hope's butt got slapped. J-Hope wasn't even playing.
Pool? He was playing pool.
Oh, that's right. They played pool in between. Yeah. And he lost that.
Right.
Okay, and then he got his butt slapped. But then whoever laughed first got their butt slapped.
Right.
And so it was just a continuous cycle of butt slapping.
See, I thought that was like a drop in the bucket. So if you laugh, you're going to get, slapped too. I didn't know that it was a game and that was a rule.
Well, I feel like once you take it past that first round, it's a game. Like if it was a punishment, I would say okay, he lost, he gets his butt slapped, you're done. But the fact that they kept going, I don't know. To me, it seemed like a game. It seemed like it was a game. So they kept going.
You kept going.
Lots of butt slapped. And then at some point Jin snuck in.
Yeah, from his nap.
So
He's
they
waking from his
that
nap.
was funny. That added to the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was time to cook the meal. So then they went and they cooked their meal and they ate and then they fed the crew because
Yes, they did.
that's just who they are.
Yeah.
And then it was time to move on to the last piece, which was the bonfire.
Yeah,
No, they had to do karaoke to see who was going to clean up.
Right.
And so basically everybody but the winning team got or had to clean up. So it was it was a team of 3 of 2 and 2 teams of 2. So Jin and Suga were together, J-Hope and JK were together, and then RM, V, and Jimin were together. So they went first. RM, V, and Jimin. Mm-hmm. And they got a score of 83.
Yeah, 83.
And then next up was JK and J-Hope.
Right.
And they got a score of 81.
Yes.
Which I was surprised by the first time I saw it because I was like, I really thought they were going to get a better score.
Yeah. They did a nice song.
They did really well. Really nice song. Karaoke, karaoke is tricky. Sometimes you think like, oh, I've got this figured out. Like you just gotta, I don't know, there's no science to it. It's a luck of the draw.
Maybe because it was, they had like a ballad. And there was no, jumping around activity. No dancing. It was like really slow. And they kind of did the little, and the other 2 songs were upbeat songs, and they were hopping all over the place. So to the point where
all of their batteries were drained.
Yeah, and they were.
So was mine watching it.
They were losing their battery packs too.
RM lost his he loses things like that.
So anyway, when it was all said and done, RM, Jimin, and V, and J-Hope.
So wait, hold on. We didn't cover Jin and Suga. Like they got up.
Ta-da!
Yeah, they got up and they did theirs, and their score was
97.
97. Mm-hmm. So.
And they was excited and
which was
shocked.
Hilarious because the whole time Jin's trying to figure out what they're gonna sing, and Suga's like, I don't know that song. I don't know that song either. I don't know karaoke songs. He's just like, I don't know what you want from me. I can't help you.
This is not.
And then he got up and he sang the first verse and he did well. Like he did his thing and he got up there and they ended up getting a score of 97, so they didn't have to clean up.
No, right. So it left it to RM, Jimin, and V, and JK and J-Hope.
Yep.
Who had to cook and clean.
Yeah. Which they did make a point of noting. They were like, that's unfair if we have to cook and then clean. Well, I don't know. Sing better. Pick a better song.
There's an option. But they all was participating in the cooking anyway. So in essence,
actually, I don't know if you caught this. They didn't clean up. The crew cleaned up. Yeah, so there was a real quick at the because it doesn't show them cleaning up anything.
Right.
The crew said, "You guys can go ahead and have dessert. We already cleaned up."
Wow. Okay,
yeah. So they didn't have to clean up, but they would have.
They
would have had to clean up.
Yes.
So they got to eat their desserts and stuff, and then they had to go out for the bonfire.
Yeah.
Now the bonfire is the last episode of this 4-part series, BTS Picnic, and I did love the bonfire scene.
It was nice. It was sentimental.
It was
touched me.
So this whole time they had a mission. They had to write letters to the other members, or write a letter to the other members. They were told letters, and then at some point, and I didn't know if it was just a mistranslation or something, it became a poem.
Yeah.
So they were writing poems, and so they were trying to figure out how, like, in what order they were going to say it. It ended up being oldest or youngest to oldest.
Yeah.
So they started with JK, and his poem was called Gold. And it was so precious because it was about him not feeling valuable until he met them, and how he noticed that he was starting to shine and things around him felt like they were turning to gold because of his members.
Yes.
And together they are golden. So
yeah.
I liked that one. I thought it was really cute. I was like, oh, that's so cute. That's so precious.
And I think they might have initially thought that it was all about him, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't all about him. So, and then V, his was that it's not a big deal. And his spoke about the little things, looking at it from another perspective, the little things that they would get upset about, like missing a step or singing the wrong note, or any little thing that might have shaken them during that time, during their time. I think it was 5-year span that they were talking about from debut until this.
Yeah, so I think at that point it was 2018. Yeah, so they've been there. It's 5 years in.
So they were talking about that. He was talking about that, and he was like, "It's no big deal, because in the grand scheme of things, look at what we were able to accomplish. Even though we went through those things, so it wasn't a big deal. Don't get yourself all bent up over the little things." So in essence, it was like, don't sweat the little things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's cute. And he had like a little sound effect at the end of everybody's little phrase. You didn't catch that? he had a little sound effect.
No, I didn't catch that.
Or some word that he said twice.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember that now. I remember that. All right. And then you want to do
Jimin.
Jimin. Yeah. Do you want to do Jimin's?
Trying to remember Jimin's.
To be.
It's hard to. Was it hard to be together?
To be. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he talked about how difficult it is to be a unit, to be one, and to be together. How there's disagreements, there's arguments, people don't get along all the time, but as difficult as it is, he wouldn't rather be anywhere else. I said that right?
He
wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Like that's where he feels most at home. That's who he belongs with. So yeah, it may be difficult, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
So that was a really nice poem.
Yeah. And it sometimes it is hard to be together, but that's where the growth comes. So I think that was good.
That's how the bond strengthens.
Yes, I think I should have had you do this one. RM was up next.
Okay, I'll do RM's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So RM's poem was called Gyuk. I know, I love it. I love the way it sounds because it's like literally sounds like goofy laughs. But yeah, it's Gyuk, which is the first consonant in their alphabet. And his poem was basically about his first memories with each of them. So he named off the thing that he remembered from their first meeting with every one of them.
Yeah.
And then the early, memories of riding their bikes and going to the Han River and just things that they did together, before debut and then right after they debuted, and the things that they were looking for, like things that they thought were cool in that moment, and how looking back, they're like, we've got so much more now because we stuck it out. But those were his Gyuk memories, his first memories. That was nice. Yes, I love his poem the most. So I don't know. Every time I think about that episode, I think at this point, we've watched it together two times? Two times. And then I think I've watched it on my own one time, and then I've seen that clip multiple times. Yeah. But I do love that. I love his poem.
Yeah. And J-Hope was next. And J-Hope's, the name of his was The Seed. And because he was very dramatic in his presentation, that I'm just going to, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, say what I believe his poem was about. Okay. So it being called The Seed, as he was reciting it, I believe that what he was saying is them as a unit had planted the seeds of many things that they had gone through and overcome. And that now they are beginning to see the flourishing, the blooming and the blossoming of those seeds that were laid along the way.
I think he would really have appreciated you being there to help him give his poem that much depth.
Oh no, that's not what it was.
So J-Hope was really nervous about his, because after hearing everybody else's, he didn't feel like his was that deep. Which, if you look at the way he presents his poem, he is very dramatic because he's trying to add something to it, because he doesn't feel his was at the same level. I think he was very much like, oh gosh, mine isn't that deep. And if you've ever given a presentation after somebody like had to give a phenomenal gave a mind-blowing
right
presentation, and you're just like, oh, how can I make this more outstanding?
yes
Like,
yes
let me add theatrics and like
yeah
wave my arms
that's
really,
right
really
yeah
like
yeah
high in the air. And I feel like that's what he was doing. You're kind of there, but like on a more basic level. So
okay
when at the end, Jimin asked everybody what was the inspiration for your poems,
right
and he said, "Well, I just wanted to compare us to flowers.
yeah
So we are seeds, and we bloomed into flowers, and yes, and I guess if you look at it, maybe you found the words he didn't convey because
no
technically you're right. Like they did, like they were seeds, they were little seedlings in their
yes
trainee days, and they had
right
these goals and their aspirations and everything that they were striving for and working hard towards. And then they, it became their reality, and so
right
now it's in full bloom.
is it
It's a
it's a
whole
book
garden,
it's a whole garden
whole
yes
garden.
yes
So yes, we're gonna say that was J Hope's poem.
okay
that's
all right but
that's
that's
where
what
he
I
was
in
going.
seeing it twice I'm like that's pretty much what I'm receiving here and
That's your analytical mind there. You're like, what I think the author is trying to convey is,
yeah
and
yeah
but when he explained it very simply.
very simply
But I do like that interpretation. So
yeah
yes, we'll
I'm
go with that.
okay all right so we have sugar next look at you landed
Landon on sugar.
two of the three
Oh gosh. Okay. What was sugar's
his
again?
was what a relief
Nope. I'm not gonna cover sugar's because I don't remember I don't remember the depth of his poem.
well okay I
Which
think
is surprising.
yeah it is
I'm sorry.
no
I've
that's okay I
disappointed you
believe
all.
I think his came from two different things remember in the process of writing it out he went back to some things that he had written before
Mm-hmm.
so I think he was heading in a certain direction but I think from stuff that he had wrote previously kind of gave him the anchor to really get to what a relief and I think from what I understood he was saying that things were stacked against them um and that how they moved forward pushed on with one another bearing each other's burdens
Burdens.
and gaining strength and then at the end not at the end but to where they were at that point
Mm-hmm.
what a relief all that going through all that to
Ended
get
up
here
being.
ended up being what a relief because you don't know while you're going through it
Mm-hmm.
what it's going to end up being you don't know if the fight is going to be good if it's a good fight for you to get through and all that you put into it but you still have that burden to carry that stress
Hmm.
and when you do get there there's that relief that sigh of relief that
I
sigh of
remember his explanation, and I think, and I know I yelled at her for this before in the past, but I was texting while we were watching. I know. So I think that's why I don't remember. But I remember his explanation at the
really
end.
Kristen
I know.
you're gonna have to put your phone down because see when we're doing this it's like your attention is supposed to be on this and all of this and only this so I'm sure that text wasn't as important that's what she has said to me
And you know what? For the fact that I messed up here, I'll let her say that that's exactly how I sound. That's my voice, guys. That is absolutely how I sounded when I scolded
that's
her.
what I hear
When I
that's what I
scolded her
hear
for that. But yeah,
but
that was my bad. So
so what
yeah.
is from his explanation what
That's what you kind of talked about it. He was
oh
saying how he had been thinking these things for a while, and
right
these were all just a combination of things he had written at different points
mm-hmm.
when these thoughts were in his head,
Okay
and it just seemed like a good idea to put them all together. It seemed like it just fit, so he created that poem out of that. But these were all things, and I think that's why when you see him in his room and he's struggling to write, and then he reaches back and he grabs.
Yeah.
I think he's just going back for his notes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he had the thoughts, and I think in him trying to write it, he realized, you know what? I think I've already put the words down.
Yeah.
And so he just went back and reached into his pocket of gold.
Yep.
So then take Jin. Run BTS.
Wasn't his poem?
Were you still texting Kristen?
I don't remember. Wasn't his poem basically about how ARMY runs with BTS? I can't remember if that was it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And how they, them, the crew, ARMY, they've all been running together,
right? Yeah.
And going through these adventures together and ending up, always together.
Always together. That's true. That was it.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
No. You're right. You're right. Okay. I was paying attention.
Thanks. One of us had to.
But she said she's seen it twice with me. She said she's seen the clip numerous times.
No. I've seen a clip of RM's poem numerous times.
Oh, just RM's poem.
Yeah, just RM's poem numerous times.
But then she's watched it twice.
But to be fair, the first time we watched it, we had it on the wrong playlist and there were no subtitles.
That is true.
So we were literally just watching them. So I had no idea what they were saying.
But that was your second time watching.
And my first time not reading.
I'm just messing with you.
My first time not paying attention.
I have this time.
Let her have it.
I have this time. Yeah. So I'm just going to go in.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in. She's going to feel the pain.
I am.
She's going to get the smoke.
Or what if I was just giving you an opportunity to speak more because I was speaking a lot in the first half?
It doesn't matter how I get it.
Whatever. Whatever you say, lady.
Doesn't matter. But anyway, and then after all that was said and done, they all recited, and then Jin had asked them. Jimin asked?
Jimin asked them what their inspiration
what was the inspiration? Okay. So.
And then they had a closing statement. RM gave a closing statement because they were ending that season of Run BTS. So that was their last episode, and they were telling them that they had some things that they were working on, some schedules, a small retreat they were going to go on, like a personal retreat, no cameras or anything like that, and then they would be back, with Run BTS to continue. So they were, giving us that reassuring message, like, hey, we're not disappearing, we're just, taking a little time off. We'll come back and give you more good stuff. So I thought it was a good place to end for us because now we get to see the transition into the new season, which I think RM said was now season 3. Right. So, yes. It'll be fun.
So yeah. So well, we did it.
We did do it.
We did it.
So yes, we are done with BTS Picnic and apparently season 2 of Run BTS. And then next week we will be getting into B, the album B. Yes. And then, gosh, we got a couple more album reviews to do. And then before we know it, it'll be time to review new music.
Yes.
We are almost there, guys.
We are almost there.
We are almost there. So
that feels good. I'm excited.
It really does. It feels it kind of feels a little scary. And this is why we run over on time. Okay. But I'm gonna quickly say, it does feel a little scary because being brand new ARMY and not having experienced an OT7 comeback. And hearing stories. Now, you probably hear less stories than I do because I'm always on the internet. And just hearing some of the stories about how crazy it gets. And, first off, my biggest concern is not being able to sleep because they're going to be going live all the time.
Yeah, that's been a problem over the last 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, and thankfully they're quiet right now.
Right now, yes.
But that's always my biggest fear. It's oh God, because I have to adult in the regular business hours. Yes. And I try to sleep at night to adult properly.
Like most of us do.
So if they are over there in South Korea going live at their business hours, but my sleeping hours, I get no sleep. So that's what I'm kind of concerned about. But caffeine is about to be my best friend.
Yeah.
So we're going to get ready for that.
She is in it to win it.
And then ticketing is another thing that I keep getting horror stories about. So I'm really concerned about that.
You know
I don't know
what?
how that also causes me to lose sleep.
I think we'll be okay. We just gotta, muscle through.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's gotta muscle through.
It'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
We will be all right, and the end result will be fantastic. So it's all good. It's all good.
We are in a new era, guys.
Yes, we are, and this is the first for us.
It is.
This is the very first. You went to a couple of the solo.
Well, I went to J-Hope's.
J-Hope's. Oh, okay. You went to J-Hope's solo. Mm-hmm. So you kind of had that experience, but I have not. But we have not had an experience of them waiting for any concert.
Yeah, like theirs. we the whole like process, because even with J-Hope, like he wasn't debuting a new album. It was just like some singles.
Yeah.
But like the whole comeback like thing, extravaganza. Mm-hmm, I don't know what else to call it. Yeah. Where you're going through the album release, and then the new music video release, and then the tour announcement, and like it's just on a huger scale.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But you know what? That I like the idea of that kind of anticipation and that kind of excitement.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I think we're going to do good together, Kristen.
Because I'm going to be doing the work. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and go.
She's got to go to work.
Yeah,
and
so
sleep.
I gotta go to work, and I gotta sleep because I gotta be prepared.
But anyway, oh, it went down the wrong way. Anyway, thank you guys.
And we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.